Well, I've really loved how nice and streamlined my open concept living area has felt since my last video in which I updated an upholstered storage bench and moved it over here and got rid of a really cluttered little table and just rearranged. But maybe you found the same thing happening in your house if you've got kids at home. Once you get one thing figured out and improved by decluttering, some other area is gonna go crazy, and that's what's been going on in my house. So today I want to focus the camera on a trouble spot, which is my kids' craft area. It seems like it's impossible to keep these cubbies organized, at least the way that I've got them right now. This is real life right here. They just leave stuff down here, mostly my daughter, when they can't fit it in here because they've shoved it so full. Now these were organized a month ago, but as you know, kids have been home from school. Right now my kids are out having a snack and playing outside for a recess. So I thought today I would take a few minutes and see if I can figure out something more functional for these cubbies. Hi, I'm Amy. I am a stay-at-home mom. I blog over at aimforacreativelife.com. Now I'm somebody who likes to make do with what I have, and I had these stackers up in my craft room, so I thought I would really try to make them work, and I did organize them well, but the problem is it's not a system that my children can maintain on their own, and I don't have the time, the patience to always be reorganizing and cleaning up after them. I really want them to manage their possessions and supplies themselves. I've come to the conclusion that I really just need some craft caddies to put in here. So I'm gonna unload these, and I grabbed some inexpensive Dollar Tree craft caddies that I'm going to use to organize the kids' pencils and pens and glitter and everything. Now I don't know if everything's gonna fit in here, but I think it's just gonna be a better solution for them just to be able to pull things out and use the entire caddy at the table and then put the entire caddy back. So this is just kind of an experiment. We'll see how it goes, but I have a feeling it will be a lot better than the current situation. So of course not a lot of people are shopping now. You might not be able to get caddies. If you're also inspired to declutter your kids' craft area, I just want to encourage you that you can also think creatively. You can use recycle things, a glue gun, some twine, and some cans. Once in a while I'll buy those Crush soda bottles, and they come in a nice carrier that's just cardboard, or you can make your own out of cardboard. You can make practically anything out of cardboard. So if you don't have organizing containers like this, don't despair, you can make your own. And even though I've told the kids that this is not an area to pile their stuff on, it happened anyway. Alright, I'm just gonna unload these and add it to the junk on the floor. I think we're supposed to be planting these soon. So I'm going to start over here, and I think I'm gonna put the coloring things in here first. I'm wondering if the crayons are gonna fall through there, so I'm just gonna leave it in the back. So Miss Kindergartner has a lot of stickers that are supposed to go in her bin, so I'm gonna have to just put those somewhere else. I'm gonna sort through these and put all of the crayons where they go. She's got a pen collection, I'll stick over here. And then I'm gonna put the markers in on this long side. Stickers, glitter, stickers. Ugh, kidding. So many stickers! There, we've got quite a few. I'm gonna put glue in this pen. You know, we have a lot of these little markers, but I don't find my daughter using them very much. I think I'm going to put them in a bag and keep it in the van. Not that we're going very many places lately, but it's a good thing. Just having the van as an activity for her if she's waiting for me to pick up groceries or a meal or something. So if you are going to buy some of these caddies, I would recommend not getting the ones with holes in them. You could maybe weave some ribbon around if those are all that you can get in order to keep the pens and everything in there. I'm just going with what I got though. I think organizing containers like this for kids are just a little bit too tempting to add everything in that doesn't belong. Now in this big long section, I'm going to be putting my daughter's glitter, which she uses a lot. And when she's ready to draw her sparkly unicorns and everything, she will have her supplies ready to go to the table. And tons of stickers. Ooh. So I can stick this back in the Play-Doh. Why are stickers in the Play-Doh bin? I do not know. Okay. Here's her special pencil. Shows it. More stickers. And more pens. You can definitely tell she really just gave up on the whole organizing system. Flashlight? Really? Why is that there? Okay, no. Here are the markers and some glue. I'm gonna stick them in here. Okay, so yeah, this might not work quite right. So I think I need them to be divided upright. Maybe that'll work better. There, that's a lot better. Okay, now that my kids are finally outside again after school, I'm gonna try to tackle this and get it done and out of the way. So I decided over here, instead of keeping the plastic bag, that I would use a couple cups in order to have the crayons stand vertically and so that you can see every color. Which means that I am parting with the broken crayons, which is fine. These are all the essential colors anyway. It's okay to have a minimal amount, and eventually I'm sure they'll replace it with a whole 64 pack at some point again, if that we could just set the box right in here. I'm gonna just finish putting my daughter's gel pens in here. She likes to draw with those a lot, and then we'll put these over here. Okay, except for a few strays in random places. These are essentially all of their coloring supplies, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up here. Now, I do have some stuff hidden behind the back of that because you can see it is cluttery back there, and figure out a better plan for that. But right now, I'm just gonna finish getting these glitters poked away so that I can move on to the junk around me. I'm not even sure if they can squeeze anything out of these. I kind of just want to toss them. I'm gonna try to see if anything will come out. I think they can squeeze anything out of these, so I'm going to toss those. The other perk of storing these glitter glues upside down is that they're all ready to squeeze out the last drop. Now she has a ton of these, and the way this is now, it's not going to all fit, so I got to figure out what to do. So I think we'll just keep this loose glitter somewhere else, and only have the pen and marker sized glitter glues in here. I don't actually like doing those adult coloring books, probably because it doesn't feel very productive to me. And since I've become a mom, productivity is something I crave. And now that I have kids and I'm constantly interrupted, so I told them, stay out there for half an hour and get your sunshine, and mommy's gonna try to clean up. So I do find decluttering and cleaning up, sorting very therapeutic. And since my kids are doing school at home, I'm also going to use these cubbies as a place to store their schoolwork when it's not on the table during the middle of the day. There, I think that'll work. Then I'll put these activity books, which we probably will only use during the summer, in here. I'm going to put this apron in the kitchen with my other aprons so that we can find it instead of having it over here where it doesn't even fit. I just told my kids that they could use the hose outside in order to get them to stay outside so I can work. I might regret that. You think I'm going to regret that? I think so. Okay, so I'm decluttering some stuff back here. We've kept some art and I think we're done with it. I think my daughter forgot about it, so we'll just recycle it. And then got some big coloring things right now. Obviously this is a Christmas one. We're probably not going to use it, but we might around Christmas time again. So I'm just going to slide it back in there a little bit more discreetly. And also we have this cool giant unicorn everything coloring pages that my daughter has had some fun with. We've even taken these outside and stapled them to our wooden fence and used finger paints on them. That's a lot of fun, so I would recommend that if you really want to get the kids out of the house, get some sunshine, and have a lot of fun. And that way you keep some of the mess out of your house too. I also have this one, which has stickers in it. Now, my son he basically despises coloring. Unless it's something that is out of his head. He doesn't like coloring books. So I'm probably going to pass this on at some point. But right now, obviously with social distancing, is not the time to do that. So I'm just gonna stick it here for now. Some other sketch paper. I tucked it back there a little bit more neatly. I do think it is worth it to have them doing creative things and get their minds active instead of just staring at a TV all the time, which don't get me wrong, we have been using screen time quite a bit during quarantine, but we try to watch educational shows on YouTube. We really like Liberty's Kids. My son especially loves history, in particular revolutionary history. So anyways, that's a good show. There was a video I did a year ago where I decluttered my kids' craft bins, as well as my paperwork and some books on open shelving. And I'll link it at the end in case you're interested, but what I'm finding is that these bin systems might work really well to kind of hide the visual clutter, but when it comes to functionality, other than this Play-Doh bin, it really doesn't work with kids' stuff because they just kind of shove anything in there and close it when I tell them to clean up instead of actually trying to be organized with their stuff. So I think we're gonna just have to declutter more things because you can't organize clutter, you have to get rid of things, and that's where minimalism comes in, and I find minimalism really helpful, like with the crayons. That's like a fraction of the amount of crayons that I grew up with, but when it comes to them wanting to be creative, it's going to be enough. So I'm just gonna take all this out and decide what we can part with. I do like my daughter to do this with me, and she did it the last time, throwing a lot of things away. She had been keeping a lot of sentimental clutter and she was able to part with some. So I think she's learning how to do it, and that's why I'm not having her do this with me now. the stencil goes this really cute Wellie Wishers activity book. I'll link it for you below. They can either put stickers or decorate with coloring their own little designs, and this art is really adorable. It even has color theory in the back, people, so I definitely want you to check it out if you have a little girl in your life who would enjoy being creative with a book like this. Okay, so what have we got in here? We've got a beading set. So I see she's mixed in some pens and pencils in with the stamps, as well as some paper punches, so I'm gonna weed those out. Supplies, which she does use, so more glitter glue. I thought she used a bunch up when I got her about 10 more glitter glue sticks for Easter. Next time I'll check before I restock her. This is a piece of heart-shaped leather that she kept from my trash pile when I was making the puppy love wreath back in February. It'll be interesting seeing if she outgrows her hoarding tendencies. So I've got little baggies of rhinestones and glitter that will go in there too. I think I'm gonna put these loose ones in this little container. There, I think she's all set. And there you have a very full craft bin for a 5-year-old. I want her to know about the container concept, so I'm going to be talking to her about if you can't fit more things in here and see everything and know what you have, your container is full. So I want her to know the one thing in, one thing out principle. In order to put something new in here, she's going to have to take something out, or she's just going to have to realize she doesn't have space for anything else. I definitely want to teach my kids how to manage their stuff, so that when they're adults, they won't feel as overwhelmed as I felt in this video, from chaos to order. And with all this junk out here, I kind of feel like taking a push broom and just sweeping it all away. But I will have to deal with that. But since I'm going to be probably dumping 1 or 2 more of these out, I'm just going to keep going for now. Okay, this is my son's bin, and he's got a lot of popsicle sticks. Cool. Yeah, he has like a million of these, so. Okay, I'm not sure that these will contain all of his popsicle sticks for crafts, but it will contain the bulk of them, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in here. Oops, that was a bad idea. Okay, so that's pretty much all that's in my son's bin. At least we can pick stuff up and take it out without everything jumbled together. Well, I think these cubbies are a lot more manageable for my kids now. They can just lift the caddies out and use them at the table. It might not be a permanent solution, but for now, it's definitely an improvement. Well, what about you in your home? What are some areas that cause you trouble? I know some problem areas that I need to deal with next are my coat closet, which is really just a piece of furniture that I use to store coats and stuff in, but it's got a lot of other junk shoved in there too. I need to deal with the books and papers in this cabinet, as well as my minuscule master bedroom closet. Well, I hope that if you're in the process of decluttering your home as we're all stuck in quarantine, or maybe in the future, this video inspired you and maybe made you laugh at how ridiculous it is to have so much stuff. We really are very blessed to have so many things, so in the words of Lori Marrero over at the Clutter Diet, may you always feel happy and blessed for having more than enough. I just love that saying, and it always helps me have a better attitude, so I wanted to share it with you today. I hope you're doing well, and that no matter how chaotic your house is feeling lately, that you're able to find the joy in the midst of the crazy. And believe me, we have a lot of crazy over here, don't we, Cody? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so that you'll know when the next video is up. I post a new video every Friday, and it really is a labor of love since my kids are at home and it's really hard to film uninterrupted. But I'm gonna keep it up because I know when I was at my lowest, and even lately when I'm unmotivated, I do look to positive YouTube content in order to inspire and motivate myself, and I want to offer that to you. So stay tuned for the next video on Friday. I sent them out there with some chips and told them go have fun, and it's finally quiet in here. It's great. I hope everything's okay out there. They're playing.
I still got hurt in another place. Everywhere.
Everywhere? That is another place.